All right, good evening, everyone. Phil here, and welcome to the Daily Wrap for what was Sunday, the 7th of August, 2022. And what a day it was. It was a super fun day. Great streaming, great variety of stuff, new things tried out and successful. Hell, I even got a new setting on my Pac-Man ghost lamp where it basically changes color every time that it hears a noise. So as you can see, it's actually changing color way more frequently now, which is cool because it's cycling through like dark and light and red and blue and purple and green, which is really cool. It actually looks nice, I feel. It looks more like a real video game. Come to find out it had that setting. I didn't even know. It looks really sweet, doesn't it? All right. So, let us talk about the day that was. First of all, on today's episode of the Level 1 podcast, I had a lot of different discussion about EVO, considering that EVO was this weekend, talking about some controversial stuff that happened with a certain person named Gutex, but in addition to that, an in-depth discussion about Netcode and why I feel that people really over-exaggerate the positivity of rollback netcode, when in reality it is not the end-all, be-all, best netcode out there. There should be better, but it seems like people have settled for rollback and just demand it in every game instead of demanding for something better. I don't feel rollback is that great. I give my reasons why. Some people agree, some people completely disagree, and that's all perfectly fine. But you can watch my take on that on today's Level 1 podcast. Okay? Then, on the first gameplay stream, it was the conclusion of my playthrough of the Throwback Fun, the 13-year return to Batman Arkham Asylum. After 13 years, having played that game as a brand new game in 2009, I returned to it for only the very first time. Had a ton of fun playing it in the remastered collection. You guys made that playthrough fun every step of the way, whether it was talking about Batman and the lore and the different iterations of Batman, the plot lines, the villains, the heroes, and everything about it. Helping me with the Riddler riddles and things that I didn't really understand about the game the first couple, or the first time that I played it, 13 years ago. And let's be honest, reminiscing about playing this game 13 years ago when things were so much different in the gaming landscape, the YouTube landscape, my life in general. It was really cool to actually come back to the game after so long and have this really fun, interactive, 16-hour-long playthrough with all of you. Today we wrapped it up. It was bittersweet, of course, and basically we left it at, hey, maybe one day I will actually go back and play the other Batman games that I haven't replayed. 2 years ago I played City, now I played Asylum. That leaves Origins and Night to be replayed again in the future, and I might. Okay? But the thing is, later this year we got Gotham Knight, which apparently is supposed to be a game in the same vein as the Arkham series, made by the same people who made Arkham Origins, so we'll see what happens later this year. Anyway, thank you to anyone who attended those streams or watched those videos on demand on YouTube. I really appreciate that. Tonight we did something completely different. Bassmaster 2022, a fishing stream where I was trying to learn how to play this game. First we started in a lake and then we ended up going to a river. At first it was slow going. I didn't catch a fish for a freaking hour. Now, it wasn't boring because we were talking, we were interacting, we were having a good time. But admittedly, when you're playing a game where it's supposed to be fishing and you don't catch a fish for an hour, it could be pretty disheartening. Then I caught my first fish, which was pretty cool. Next thing you know, in the next hour, I caught like 4 or 5 more, if not more than that. So the thing is, it was kind of very reminiscent of real fishing. I've gone fishing before, and I've gone on trips where I caught nothing at all. I've gone on trips where I had nothing all day, then all of a sudden, last minute, it's like bite, 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 bite. So it's all about the real methodology of fishing. Determination, not giving up, sticking to your guns, being patient, and basically using techniques and getting better a little bit every single time you do it until you kind of, master that. So it was great. We had a great time, great interaction, great discussion. And by the way, I will say this, contributions today were great. No complaints whatsoever. Everything was good. So overall, a stupendous day. And I was really, really happy about that. And we actually determined, because it went so well tonight with the Bassmaster stream, people want to see it once a week, at least for now. And it was funny because at the very tail end of the stream, I said, well, we already got Friday night fights for old school Street Fighter on Fridays. What could we call fishing on Sundays? And as the stream was going offline, someone in the stream chat, I think their name was JJN or JJNF or NS, says, what about Sunday night bites? So now we have Friday night fights and Sunday night bites. Sounds cool. So I think we're going to go with that. And that's actually why I'm wearing this hat. We did hit the Tier 2 tips goal, which means we can wear a hat. And this is the fisherman's hat that I already owned, right? And of course, people were going crazy saying, well, why don't you have a gimmick where every week when you reach a certain threshold of support, you add a new lure to your hat and stuff? And I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. It's one stream. We had a good time with it. Let's play it more. Maybe once a week we do it. We see if it works, if people enjoy it, if it fits into the schedule regularly, you don't want it to, it's not boring after 2-3 weeks. Then maybe we can start to do silly stuff, with the hat. Let's let it ride out for a week or two and see how it goes. But if it ends up being entertaining for you guys and you like Sunday Night Bites and you want it every week, I'm down for something silly like that. All right? Now, for those of you watching all the stuff on demand today, I have a favor to ask. I talked about it on the Level 1 podcast this morning. I've noticed recently engagement is way down on DSPGaming. That means people who are liking videos and leaving comments. Most videos are barely getting one comment, if that. Some videos are only getting single-digit likes, way lower sometimes. It's bad. Basically, I built up a lot of engagement on this channel in January, February, March, and April. And then once all those new releases started to dry up, the months of June, July, and now August, it's really bad for engagement. It's slowed down dramatically. And you might say, well, what's the big deal? It is a big deal. Engagement gets eyes on this channel. It puts the videos of this channel into search results, into related results, into suggested videos for people. If I don't get engagement, my stuff is like invisible on YouTube. Okay? And we were doing a great job earlier this year of having that engagement happen. So if you are, watching this daily wrap, please give it a like, leave a comment, let me know what you think, give me feedback. I need that to improve the channel, but it helps the channel too. And if you're using this as a guide, oh, what should I watch today? Oh, maybe I'll watch Bassmaster because that sounds interesting. Please like those videos if you enjoy them and leave comments that are on them that are constructive so I can learn, but also that helps the channel in general, okay? All right. What's on the agenda for tomorrow? Tomorrow morning, another Level 1 podcast. I'll probably do some recaps of stuff from EVO because there were some last-minute interesting tidbits from EVO to talk about. And then we will have Final Fantasy VII continuing on in the end game content. We are at the end of the game. If I wanted to, I could basically sit down and dedicate myself to the story and beat it tomorrow. But people have liked this playthrough so much, they want to see me do the optional stuff, which I'm okay with, but I know it takes time. It takes hours of time to do the stuff required to get the final materia, to fight the super bosses, the weapons, and all of that. So, if we're going to do that, I need buy-in. What does that mean? I need people to watch the streams and engage with the streams and support the streams. I need people to watch the videos and give support to the videos with likes and comments. I need all of that, all right? If I'm going to go extra for this playthrough because you guys want it, I'll give you what you want. I'm cool with that. But I need the support because there are people right now who are like, man, Final Fantasy VII's been going on for like 40 hours. We're tired of it. We want something different. I'm trying to basically appease two different groups. You see what I'm saying? So if you could show up and support those streams, even if you drop in for 5 minutes, you give it a like. You drop in for 5 minutes, you drop a quick tip. I would really appreciate that because I want that to keep going. I want to do that content, but I need the support for it, okay? And then tomorrow night, the premiere, a new game playthrough. It's Toy Story 3. You guys actually asked me to play Toy Story years ago. Toy Story 3 became a part of Games with Gold when I was still just a regular Xbox Live subscriber like 2-3 years ago. At that point, I got the rights to the game and never played it. Well, recently, we played Toy Story 2 as a really old throwback playthrough via PS Plus Premium. That was a PS1 game. Well, Toy Story 3 is an Xbox 360 game, upscaled to full 1080p graphics, way more modernized, looks like a solid game, and people said the reviews for it and everything back in the day were quite good, and people love this game as a nostalgic game. I'm down for playing it, so we're going to start that up tomorrow night on the late stream. Okay, guys? All right. Thank you so very much for such a great streaming day today. I love the Fisherman's Hat. I can't wait to see you tomorrow all day long for more retro fun. Thank you so much. Have a good night, and I'll see you then. Peace out.